Afternoon. My name is Hae-sun Kim, advisor of Gangnam Labor Law Firm. Today, with Labor Attorney Jung Bong-soo, he will introduce the new edition, the second edition of the wage manual. So, could you explain about when was the first edition of this wage manual and what was the main revised point?
Hello, how are you today? This is Bong-soo Jung, Korean Labor Attorney. I'm very glad to introduce this is wage manual. So soon you can see second edition. So it's been almost 3 years since I published this book. So now our editor who is in charge of this book will publish this book soon. So I have updated this book. Also, I improved. Supplemented many some pattern in this the content. So I'm sure this book will be much better and compared to the previous one. So especially. It includes very controversial court rulings or there are a lot of controversial labor issues. So based on that, we have a clear guideline for such cases. So this book it explains how we understand about such issue, like whether the payment is wage or not, whether the regular payment is average wage or it belongs to ordinary wage. I mean, some ordinary wage means some employer should consider when they calculate the overtime pay, but so employee try to reduce base pay as much as possible, but labor law regular paid amount is base pay. So I explain about the guideline or how to understand that. Also about payment of wage, how we can deduct wage in certain cases. Also, when company become bankrupt, how to get the money from the alternative payment system. So also other labor issue I explained more in detail. Also I updated the content or the stories I used previously with the new the recent stories or recent explanation. Yeah.
I see. So I think we have uploaded many video material, and especially there are some dispute between the employer and the employee because some sensitive issue occurred because of the this wage issue. So do you think you have covered many points where those conflict can be eliminated by if the employer can consider certain part of this wage manual?
Yeah, so this manual has been developed to solve such a labor issue. So this book is, I call it wage manual, so they can prevent their labor, especially wage-related issue, in advance. I mean, based on this reference book, they know first, they understand first, and they revise or update their major issues. So this book, I try to include more guideline about such issues. So this is second edition. This means first edition it was a good book, but I tried to update it based on my experience as a labor attorney. So I'm sure this book it will be very helpful if you buy and use this book for your understanding about labor cases. Yeah.
Yes, and we have covered many stories. For example, whether the COO is on the management level and how he should be treated in regards to his the wage, and when he terminate his employment, and also whether the freelancer or contracted labor, those kind of issue, because of those kind of sensitive and the status of their role, the wage issue can be different and sensitive. Do you think so?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so labor issue is always controversial. So even though you're expert, but sometimes you cannot avoid any claim because there are no same cases always. So when there is a labor issue in your company, so this book, it will show you some examples how labor attorney solved such a problem. Also what the court rulings are like about certain issue. So this book has only 200 pages respectively in English and in Korean languages. So, but still it has limited part. So, as far as possible, I uploaded most important, most basic part. So, based on this understanding, you can apply it to different cases. So, this book will be major guide or kind of manual to solve the labor issue. Yeah.
I see. So I think it would be very useful. So how are you going to promote it, and who should read this the wage manual?
So the main target, the client should be HR manager who need some labor wage related management. So, but secondary, also labor attorneys like me, they depend on the book. Yeah, by myself, even though I made it as an author, but still I'll get to this book to try to find some solution based on, because it has content, and yeah, so it is important to get to know, and I need to confirm what it's like in this book. Yeah.
I see. Thank you very much for your introduction.
Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you buy this book. Bye bye.